Hello, friends. Welcome back to Find Yourself in a Character, my weekly video series that takes us on an exploration of some of my favorite characters and their journeys. I'm Jenny D, author, consultant, and international promoter of Love and Triumph. In this week's episode, I'll be talking about The Lost Apothecary by Sarah Penner. Now, this was another Goodreads recommendation that I took, and once again, it did not disappoint at all. I found it fascinating that it was a tale, like a twofold tale. It was hundreds of years ago, this life of an apothecary, and then to fast forward to present day and this life of a woman who just found out that her husband has been cheating on her. And she went away on their 10-year anniversary trip to London, originally by herself, and she finds herself wrapped up in this mystery that ties back to the lost apothecary. And so Carolyn, present day, is a woman who's trying to figure out her life. And I resonated so strongly with her journey of kind of losing yourself in a marriage and and life. Like, you have this vision of what your life would be like and what you want to do, and so you go to college for to pursue for some of us, and or whatever path we take, there's this big vision, right? And life sometimes gets in the way. Now, maybe it is marriage, or maybe it's not the right opportunity, or maybe it's family caregiving. Whatever it is, sometimes something puts our life and our dreams on hold. And then there's this moment where life crashes down and you're faced with the opportunity to not reinvent yourself, but to be yourself. And Carolyn finds herself in this position of exploring who she is, and her past passions are reignited in this quest to find, she finds this missing vial, and she goes through research and all this neat stuff to try to figure out what this mystery is. Like, who does this vial belong to? How old is it? And she stumbles upon the lost apothecary's, hidden treasures. And it was just really cool story because it also mimicked the journey of the lost apothecary, whose name is Nella. Now, Nella had a similar journey that led her to change her life direction, but in a quite the opposite way. Like, she grew up with her mom, like learning how to help women, and she was always for helping women. But then betrayal happens. Her life hit rock bottom. And instead of finding who she was, she got lost on the path and went into behind the scenes poisoning of men, who, if they were requested by a wife or a mistress or something, she would make them a little potion, not magic potion, but like earthbound potions, and the guys would die and there'd be no trace of it and all that kind of stuff. So it was interesting to see how it actually ate away at her, because it wasn't her true being, and she wasn't doing it necessarily like, hey, she was doing it because she still thought she was helping women. So what was interesting is, as Carolyn would present day unravel something in the present moment, or unravel part of the mystery, you would see it unfold in the next chapter through Nella's eyes, or through her, I don't know what apprentice really, but this young girl, Eliza, who gets mixed up into the story and plays a huge part towards the end. And as far as that concerned, there were some twists that I didn't see coming that were heart-stopping sometimes. I'm like, oh no, that is not going to happen. And I kind of wanted it to. And it was just not what you would have expected. So I love that element of it. It was like mysterious and it was magical, and you were rooting for both these women. Like, even the lost apothecary, you wanted her redemption in a sense, and you just wanted to see the mystery at the end, and it all unravels like a perfect present, and It was really, really great read. I enjoyed it. And anybody who loves that kind of stuff where you can like use your own investigative skills as you're reading, I highly recommend it. It's The Lost Apothecary, again, by Sarah Penner. I'm Jenny D. If you want to check out more about me, you can find me at www.jennydauthor.com. Thank you for tuning in. I will see you next week where we can find ourselves in a character.